Okay, I'm I'm going to talk a minute about something I experienced yesterday. Um my life is forever changed through this experience that I had, and I'm just going to say I did DMT for the first time yesterday. Always wanted to try it. I've heard, from people who have done it, there's like that I can't explain to you what it's like. I can't. You just have to experience it, and it's hard to explain in being able to get you to understand what it's like and what the experience is, but I'm gonna try my best. So I did it in a storage container with two friends. It was very dark in there, which I hear is the best way to do it, and I'm glad. So anyway, my friend gives me this hit, and I take the hit. He tells me hold it in as long as you can, and just wait until you start seeing shapes and patterns. So I take the hit, I hold it in, and all of a sudden, like, I start seeing, I'm in this storage container, and I start seeing patterns, and they start taking shapes, and things start becoming like three-dimensional, and not in a sense of like this world that we live in is three-dimensional, but I can't explain it. It becomes three-dimensional, and colors start to come in, colors I can't explain. And so, I am in this world, and I'm seeing patterns and colors start to take shape. And all of a sudden I feel my body start getting lifted up out of this physical being that I am in right now. My physical being was left here in this storage container, and I start getting lifted up. And all of a sudden, these voices of my friends that I can hear start to disappear, and I don't hear them anymore. I am now propelled through this place, this physical, being that I am living in right now. I am propelled through that, and I feel my spirit getting lifted up, and all of a sudden I am just, it was a slow rise, and all of a sudden it was boom fast. I get propelled right into space, and I'm seeing geometric shapes and patterns start like shifting and taking different forms and colors, and all like I'm getting blasted through space and time. And so I'm going through space, and I see planets. I'm seeing planets, and I'm seeing geometric patterns and colors, and it's insane. And I'm looking around, and I'm conscious. But I don't have a body. Like, I remember looking down, trying to look at myself, and I wasn't there. I had no arms. I was not a physical being. I was a spirit. I was an entity, traveling through space and time, through planets, through everything, and I got to see, I'm just gonna say it. I got to see what happens when I die, where my spirit is gonna go, what my spirit does when I die. And I'm going through space and time and dimensions. I'm traveling through different dimensions and different planets and stuff like that. And it was scary at first, but I surrendered to it. And I said, you know what? Just let yourself experience this. Just go through it. So I'm going through space and time, and I meet this entity, this giant light. I come to this giant light, and I'm just gonna say I came face to face with God. I believe this light was God because it was showing me things, and you know, to is communicating knowledge to me that I totally understood. I understood everything this thing was communicating to me, but we weren't communicating through words. This light, this entity was communicating me strictly through connection and feeling and emotion. And this light showed me two paths. Now look, I live a negative lifestyle, okay? And this light was conveying information to me. It showed me two paths. And like I said, no words were spoken, but I understood everything that it was telling me. You know, it's hard to explain. I can't explain to you what, but it was communicating to me not through words, just through feeling and emotion. And I understood everything it was showing me, and it showed me two paths. You know, I got to see, they were like portals. One portal, it was explaining to me, was like, this is your life, and this is the path you're on now, and if this is where you are going to end up if you continue on this path that you're on right now. And it was a black void. It was a black void of nothingness. It was completely void of all emotion, love, human connection, nothing. It was literally a black hole, a void of nothingness, and it was saying, if you continue on this path that you're going, this is where you will end up, and this is what your life will become. And there was no future in this void. There was absolutely no future. This is, your life is going to end and stop right here. And then it showed me another portal into another path. And it says, if you basically can get your shit together, this can be your path. And it was a portal into a dimension that was, I was looking into it, beautiful colors, like, you know, just like oil paintings coming in and out. And this portal into this other dimension, like, I felt so much love from it, and so much calmness and joy and happiness. And it was basically telling me, like, look, you can continue on this path that you're on, and you're gonna end up in a place of nothingness. No love, no human connection, no compassion, no nothing. You're not gonna be anything. Or you can get your shit together and you could become this. And it was a place filled with love and joy and happiness and contentness. And and it was God was telling me, like, look, man, I've been here with you, and you can either resist me and just go through this path of nothingness, and where your life has no meaning. Your life can mean nothing. If that's truly what you want to do, then boom, go through this portal and enter this dimension of nothingness, and your life will be nothing. Or you can stop what you're doing and give your life purpose. Your life can mean something. And you could have a life filled with love and compassion and happiness And this is basically what I was shown. And it was basically, make your choice. This is what you need to see. This is what I need to show you. Make your choice. And then boom, I start getting propelled back. And I'm going backwards, and I'm seeing geometric shapes and patterns and colors. And then I start to come back down to earth, and I go back through this into the storage container, and I enter my body again, and I am now a physical being of this world. And geometric shapes and patterns are starting to, start to come back to, and things start taking shape, and this world that I'm seeing, and things start to come in, and things are still three-dimensional, things are still colorful. And then I start to hear the voices of my two friends that I'm sitting there with. I start to hear their voices again, like I'm back, I'm here. And they're just sitting there laughing. And I'm like, whoa. And I'm like, I ask them, I'm like, am I back? They're like, dude, you're back. You're back, man. I was like, whoa. I was speechless for like the next 5 minutes. Couldn't explain to them what I just saw. Like, I saw planets and galaxies, and I took a trip through space and time in this galaxy, planets, colors I've never seen, patterns that I've never seen. I took a trip through the spirit world. I truly believe that. I got propelled into the spirit world. And life is not definite. We make our own paths. We make our own choice. But we have the ability to live our life meaningless and have our life mean nothing. But we also very much have the power to give our life purpose and meaning. And I am forever changed. I want to go to that path of love and compassion, where I can help people and give my life meaning. The words I'm telling you guys can't even come close to explain what I experience. I'm just trying to convey it as well as I can. But I came face to face with God, and God showed me where my life is right now and where it's going, and if I keep doing this, where it's going to end up, and it's going to end up in a void of nothingness. I have no future in this life I'm living right now, and it's only going to get darker and lonelier. This void that it showed me was my worst fear. It was nothing but me, myself, and I, loneliness. That's it. Blackness, void of love, the complete opposite of love and compassion, human connection. That's where I can go if I want to keep doing this. Or I can get my shit together and go this other path and have a life of love, compassion, human interaction, happiness. I can be happy. That's what it showed me. It was like, dude, you're miserable right now, but you don't have to be miserable. You can change that. And this entity was basically begging me to choose this other path. And I made the decision right there. Yes, I will. I don't know when. It might take a little bit of time, but I am going to go through that other path of love, compassion, and giving my life meaning. It was the craziest experience I've ever had in my life, but I am so glad that I did it. I'm so changed. When I came back to reality and I started talking about it, and I had a constant smile on my face for the rest of the day. My friend told me, he's like, dude, I only met you a few weeks ago, but, you know, there was always a certain sadness about you. You always seemed really down. But ever since you went on this journey and you came back, man, you've had a glow about you and a constant smile on your face. And he's like, I'm so glad that I could have helped you go on this journey. And dude, I hugged him. I fucking gave this guy a hug and I thanked him for sending me on this journey of tranquility. And basically I did DMT, and I got blasted through time and space, and I entered the spirit world and I talked to God. And God showed me, you know, free will. I have free will. He's like, look, you can just keep doing what you're doing and basically end up nothing, where your life has no purpose, no meaning, no nothing. You can be that. You can be nothing if you want. But I beg you to go this other route and give your life meaning and become something, because you very much can. And the love and compassion I felt with this other route that I could go, I didn't think it was ever possible, but it can. I was shown that my life can go a completely other route than I've been living. And I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry, but the path that I was shown, it was just too beautiful not to want to go to it and experience it. My life will change. Maybe slowly, maybe gradually, but my life will change, and I'm going to change my life for the better, and I will become something that we as human beings are supposed to become. There's a certain love and connection that all of us human beings have together. And life isn't about, you know, self-gratification, and, you know, it's about working together and becoming something with each other, you know. This path that I was shown, it's so hard to explain, and I'm not doing it justice. I know I'm not. What I experienced, I cannot convey to you what I experienced. I'm trying, but I can't. But it was beautiful. It was the most beautiful experience I've ever had in my life. And for the first time in my life, I felt love and compassion. Because this entity that I became face to face with, it communicated with me not through words, but through just feeling and emotion. It loved me, and it was begging me to choose this other path, begging me